Hello, hello. I'm going to be taking you through building your first, or maybe not your first, but WordPress site overall. And what we're going to be doing today is actually starting off with the domain provider, which is going to be the thing that gets you the whole google.com kind of feel. So we'll get you a domain, and we'll also do the service provider portion, which gets you set up with both a server, that's going to be the computer that controls your website, and then you'll be up and running, installing WordPress and checking out some of the themes, which themes are just the styling of a website. So just having that basic, it starts you off with a look like this or something else. And we're going to be focusing on creating a portfolio site. So today I'm going to be creating my site just for my own purposes to kind of just show off, hey, I have a website. These are the things I do just for fun and stuff like that. And so we'll kind of follow that journey. Certain things that may slow you down and you may have to like stop and come back are when you get your domain. It may take a little bit of time for itself to fully work. And then there's also maybe taking a pause to grab a coffee while your server is built to serve your WordPress site. The first thing is the domain providers. These are going to be the people, yet again, who give you your domain, like google.com. So some of them are GoDaddy, Bluehost, Google itself, Namecheap. I think I'm saying that right, but there are a few others. Now, I'm going to be building mine today with Google because I really like Google overall. They make it pretty simple. So just heading over in. Now, you could also find the link down in the description for some of these things, such as uh, our affiliate link to Bluehost later on, which we'll use, or sorry, not Bluehost, for um, DigitalOcean, and as well as a theme that we'll end up using later on. Those affiliate links do help me out, so if you want to support, definitely use those, especially if you like the products as you see them. So with Google domains, I don't have an affiliate link here. This is just I like them; they work well. So I'm just gonna go and actually look it up, and we'll go and click into here. So here at Google Domains, you're now able to go and find and get a domain in real time. So right now, I'm making my own personal website. So I could search with just that. I could add in .com, .org, whatever I want. I'm just going to search Jared Simpson and see what domains come up. So I'm not allowed to have jaredsimpson.net, or sorry, .com. That one's already taken. And then I have these other ones that I could choose. Now, I might see, check out .me, and let's see. That one would cost me $20 per year, as opposed to $12. So there, I have those options to go with, and for overall, I think that I'm gonna take. Let's see. I think .me is pretty good. I don't want to pay the extra though. That's just me being cheap, of course. So, anywho, we'll go with it and we'll take it. I'm going to click add that to my cart. And I already have a Google account, so I'm already in here and all set up. And that makes it nice and easy. If I wanted to, I could also add in a custom email. I highly recommend this for if you're building a website, like a actual store or business, anything else. Then that stuff is awesome. Because I don't really want since my domain is going to be jaredsimpson.me, I'm really not interested in my email coming through as jaredsimpson.me. That's just going to be annoying. Since then it'd be like jared@jaredsimpson.me. You see where I'm going with this. But for other purposes, this may be perfect for you. So maybe you have like a business name, killersweaters.com. So you want to be Jared at killersweaters.com. So that may be perfect for you in case that's the business you're trying to run. Now, for me, you have these other options. Business starter, if you're going with it, that's going to allow you to also add in It's a good start. But anywho, I don't need this. I already have other emails, so I'm going to end up skipping this part, but I highly recommend it for you if that's what you're into. So I'm going to be buying my license. I'll have this for a year. I'll keep my privacy protection on, and I'm going to let it auto renew. I'll go and check out. Alrighty, and we're back. So I have my website already, and now that I own jaredsimpson.me, this website now I can end up using it to actually connect for other things. Now, I don't need to do anything else here because I already have this, and this is going to allow me to be able to build my WordPress site immediately. You don't have to have a domain immediately to build your WordPress site though. If you just want to get started, you just want to practice, whatever it is, you can get this done without it by going to the link in the description, and you'll end up getting a $200 credit. The $200 credit lasts for 2 months, which then allows you to do this completely for free. And if you end up liking it and you continue to use it, then that does help me out. Anywho, so I already have a DigitalOcean account. So for you, you'd go to sign up. You could do it quickly with your Google account, which is awesome. And then you'll be in. I'm going to sign right on in. And then I'm going to create a new project. When you create a new DigitalOcean account, it's going to ask you to create a project immediately, so you won't have any issues there. Now, I'm already in here. This is my new one that I'm going to be creating. And so now, right here, Jared Simpson, personal site. Cool. So now that I have that name out of the way, the description is in case you want to just help other people to know what this is for, and once your team grows and they're using all this stuff. But for me, I'm just going to be leveraging this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to choose the website or blog. You have to choose this, and that's just for their marketing purposes, and so they know, what you're up to, and they understand what they're selling their products for. So create my project, and bam. Now, you most likely won't be asked to move resources if you're new. So for me, I just need to skip this because I'm not bringing anything over. I'm good with exactly what is on here already, which is creating our first droplet. Now, DigitalOcean's droplet is just a fancy different word for server. And a server is just another word for a computer that someone else owns in a big old, pretty much a warehouse. And that's going to be the thing that runs your website. Yes, you could run your website on your computer, but it's a lot of headaches. And if you want to take that challenge on, then I highly encourage you to have the fun of doing it. So, but anywho, if you want to just run a website nice and simply and keep it rolling, this is where you're going to want to be. So, let's get started by creating a droplet. You can click here, you can go to droplets, or you can hit create. Any of them will bring you to it. Now, I'm going to want to set this up where it is closest to the users that I'm interested in. So I'm going to choose New York. And now I'm going to scroll down, and they're going to ask me about the image that I want. So that's going to be the operating system, and that's this option. So all of these are a Linux-based operating system because Linux is awesome for running everything. Now, I'm going to go over to Marketplace because I want this to be a one-click install. I don't want to have to do the extra work of setting up WordPress because it's just extra time taken from my day. Now, we did have WordPress available right here, but honestly, the better way to go about this is to go right for the light speed. Now, there is also WordPress with WooCommerce right here, where you could just once click and go off into WooCommerce in case you're specifically after building a store. I'm still researching whether Open Lightspeed is a great way to also run a WooCommerce store, so more to come on that one later in a different video. Today we're going to go with the Open Lightspeed WordPress store because you'll get crazy good results from it, so much so that I had a post on it about in my LinkedIn page showing how immediately upon launching my site, I had the top ratings on Lighthouse, which just gives you It just makes your website a lot more attractive to search engines so that people are looking and finding you immediately as a top result without you having to spend the money on Google. So, always good stuff. Now, right here, I say $56. I don't need that for my purposes. Maybe you do, but you could always start off smaller and then build this thing up later. So that's the cool thing with DigitalOcean is it makes it really easy to scale up and then be able to meet what you need as you need it. So today I'm just going to go with $7 a month, and that is fine by me. I'm not really interested in going down for $1 a month to the regular. I'll take the premium, spoil myself just a little bit, you know. So I'm going to scroll down. Now this part gets nerdy. So if you want to skip a chapter, you do not need to do SSH keys for getting into here. DigitalOcean offers a way to just get right into controlling your server without having to use this. However, if you're interested in this, then I'll show you how to do it. So clicking the new SSH key is going to allow you to come in here, and you're going to end up with the ability to add this. So for Windows and Mac people, for Linux and Mac people, you'll be able to do this easily right here. But for Windows people, you are probably best off installing PuTTY and using that to be able to actually run this command that they have right here. So that's going to be able to give you the ability to create an SSH key right on your computer. For Mac and Linux people, you're in luck. You have terminal available with this already OpenSSH already installed. Alrighty, we're back now. And so after adding your SSH key content and putting a name to it, once you hit the add button, you can see that there is a checkbox on my screen that has Jared Simpson me, and now it is selected. So now that key is ready for use here in my authentication. So I'm going to scroll down and some things, add this improved metrics and monitoring and alerting for free. Oh yeah, free? That's for me. Now, if you're serious about your business and your website, you might as well enable backups, because for the $1.40 to have that added in, it's like if you're not really making much changes and you're confident, then you know, YOLO, you'll only live once. But anywho, for me, I'm all good. But you know, if you want that extra security, $1.40 a month, they'll do it for you. So there's also advanced options. You can play with those if you see fit. I'm going to name this droplet to be my site. So now that just tells me later on when I'm playing around in here that I could see it, it is mine, and all that kind of good stuff. My personal site for a tag. This stuff is kind of irrelevant unless you're playing around in DigitalOcean a lot. Now, we're going to hit create droplet, and this should create relatively quickly the whole thing that we need. So in just a few minutes, this will be back up. Maybe a good time to grab a coffee, grab a cup of tea, whatever it is, and see you back in a moment. Alrighty, so now what we're going to do, we're going to head to create, and we're going to hit domains. Now, here I'm going to need to add a domain specifically for this one. I have other domains sitting around just for fun, but we're going to add in this one to be able to get ready and go. So here's my new domain. I click add. Bam. Now there's a little bit I need to do to set this domain up. So I'll end up bringing those along and getting those, let's see, set up. So one thing I'll have is I need my actual setup for Google domains. So heading into my domains, I click back. I need to be on this page just looking at them. And now I need to click Manage. So now, once I come down, I'm going to click the DNS button. And in the DNS settings, this is where we add just a few little pieces from the from DigitalOcean, so that then DigitalOcean can push this through. So we're going to click Custom Name Servers, and then what we're going to end up doing is we're going to add in a few that are listed in our site. I'm going to move this, take up half and half, that way I can see them. So I need to take this one right here. There's a copy button, and I'm going to save that. I'm going to do the same thing again. Oop. I'm going to click add another, boom. And I'll make sure to get rid of the period. I don't need that. And then I'll click save. Also, I'm going to need to click switch to these settings so that it actually works. Okay, so there are two other steps while we're in the domain setup that are crucial to this actually working, and you will need to do this before continuing. So one of them is to add what's called an A record, and the other is to add a CNAME record. Now to do this, once you've hooked up DigitalOcean and that things are kind of coming through, is that you'll come right here to create an A, and then all you're going to do from here is choose @ and then from here, so I'm going to choose jaredsimpson.me. That's the droplet that I made. That's my WordPress install. We can see that right here. This is also the same host. So if I open up the project and the droplet itself, we'll end up seeing right here, that's the number I need. So I need to connect that, and then I'd hit create record. I already have it, so it's going to give me an error if I do so. The next thing you need to do is add in CNAME, www. Right here, you'll put in the @ sign, so that then it says www.yourwebsite.yourend, and then create record. This is going to take a bit to actually end up working. So, I mean, this could take 2 to 4 hours, sometimes up to a day. But generally, I think coming back in 2 to 4 hours, pretty safe bet. And then you can continue on with the rest of the video to actually go and see and set up the certificate, which that's what we're going to go hop into now. Heading back, we're going to head to our droplet and click into it. We're then going to click console, and now we're going to be asked for the domain. I'm just going to put in jaredsimpson.me. No www, just your website name dot the end that it is. Enter. Now I'll press yes to verify that it's correct after truly verifying that that is good. Now, do you wish to issue the certificate? Absolutely. Now, if you don't, yet again, if you're not using a domain, you can skip all of this. If you just want to test it out, you don't need the domain, but you will want to redo this step if you do not have a domain and you want to get the certificate set up easily. Trust me, it is very annoying to do this without doing it the very first time straight off the bat. Alrighty, I got 2 OKs. We can see that my website is accessible both with the www and without www. So now I'm going to enter my email. I'm going to say that this is correct after verifying. Yes, it is. It'll do the requesting a certificate. And now the certificate has been set up. So we see that we get this success message. And now, do you wish to force HTTPS to rewrite the rule for this domain? Yes, You do want this because you want everything coming through as secure traffic, especially if you are selling anything on your website. So, do you wish to update the system now? This will update the web server as well. Definitely. So, come back in a little bit, and we'll have this updated and running. Alrighty, so now that we're back, and we can see that we've hit 100%, we have the enjoy your accelerated light speed server. Awesome. We can close out this window, and then we are ready to actually finally do the last few steps to install this WordPress server and start actually playing around with it. Or I shouldn't say WordPress server, but the site. So, we can copy our IP address, drop that into the URL, and then we will see this still popping up. Now, for me, because I set up my site with at my name, I'm able to now start to actually do the rest of this install right through here. So now I'm just going to hit OK. So English is my language that I want to stick with. And now I'm going to go with a site title. I want a username that I can then log into this website with. So, alrighty. So lastly, after you've set your username and password, as well as your email, we're going to hit the Install WordPress button and let it do its magic. You'll receive this success screen along with your username and chosen password. And now it's time to actually log in. So now that we're logged into our website and we are all set up, you now have your initial WordPress site set up, which is awesome. You can head and click right here and visit the site and see, bam, this is now a live, real website that is on the web that other people can come to. Cool. Hitting F12 on Linux and Windows, I believe it is Command, I want to say Command Option I, is how you open the dev tools for Mac. Now, when you come in here, you could also come up here and then choose More Tools and Dev Tools right here. So, what I want to see right off the bat is come into, we're going to go click this little button if it's open enough. Either way, we want to get to Lighthouse. This is what I want to see right off the bat. Now, one thing to do is to actually open this in an incognito tab and then run Lighthouse. So here I'll come to More Tools, and now I can choose this. Once I hit Analyze Page, it's going to run to see how well that this is running right off the bat. This will give you the score and ranking of your site, and is good to do from time to time to make sure that you're still complying well. So, as we can see, everything here is pretty much perfect, which is awesome. Other than SEO, which we want this to be as high as possible, and that's because we haven't really done anything. We haven't set up what this is about, but the whole idea here is you're starting off great, and you want to just keep this the same and going. These are items that you can control, and it just comes down to following the rules, the best practices that are outlaid out there, and Google will tell you that all of them, because they want your website to get traffic. They want to then sell it to your people, so they're here to help. Now, I'm going to exit out of incognito mode and head back. Generally best, and yet again I did that just because the plugins and Chrome extensions that I have will actually mess up the Lighthouse report, and so you'll get inaccurate results. Heading back, one of the things we'll want to do is, first things first, just update all the plugins that you have right there. It won't take long, that'll be pretty quick. But the nice thing here is that there aren't many plugins at all, and you do have to activate the ones that you're going to want. So, and for the most part, one of them that I don't care about, you can get rid of Holly Dolly. That's useless. you can pretty much get rid of most of these for your purposes just to start, and come back to and get what you need when you need it. That's the best part. You're starting fresh. But one of the things that I like personally is Divi, which is a theme for building out the website and making it look better. But before we do that, let's just look at some of the free options that are out there. So quickly, coming to appearance and themes, this is what's going to make your website look a whole bunch different. So if I go and I click activate right now, then what I'm going to see is coming in to my website looks completely different. Now, if I want to edit the page, for example, I would have to come back, go to all pages, and then go to and select one. Now I could start editing what this initially looks like, and that is kind of the idea of the themes, is that they just quickly give you something to work with and give you that base image. Blocks are pretty simple, where you have paragraphs for just typing. We have our images, which we could upload, insert, da 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 da. And overall, you can see a very basic builder, and that's the standard that you get with WordPress. This is where most people now go and they say it's time to add a plugin to make this a way better builder. So this is where I recommend Divi yet again. Description in the description. There's an affiliate link, which purchasing it through my affiliate link helps me out, but also once you see this, I'm sure you'll see why it would help you out as well. Now, what I'm going to do, let's see, memorizing this, I believe add new, upload a theme. Now I'm going to actually add in my Divi theme. I'm going to upload it by going into my computer and then selecting it. I can choose the Install Now button, and then the theme has installed successfully. Activate. So this has quickly already changed up my site a whole bunch. What it's going to do is enable a builder that actually builds things out a lot cooler. Right now it's super basic, and that's because we want to actually add something in. So let's head back to themes. And the first thing we're going to actually want to do for this is add a new page and choose use. So I'll start off by just adding a name to it real quick. Home, why not? And then use Divi Builder. Now, I recommend you take the tour just to get a little bit of an idea of what you're doing around here. But for me, I've been around the block a little bit, so I'll take you right to actually choosing a layout. So checking out this choose a pre-made layout gives you a whole bunch of ideas, just like those other themes that you could use for building out your site. So for me, I'm looking for, let's see, I want to try to say something a little more focused on one of my styles. So I could poke around and I could look and say, what seems like it would fit my personal brand. Maybe I like the luxury comforts. Maybe I want to go with a food and drink based, and I'm running a just pure blog based on that kind of stuff. Or if I'm looking to focus on business specifically, then there are quite a few great themes for building out and having your initial landing page for your business. Now, no matter what you choose, you could easily switch and you could easily add all of these together. So I could take just one page from this and then mix it with a different page from another layout. So right now, I'm going to start off with maybe just something like this. Now, this is the part where, because I just set this up, it's going to be asking me for my information, because that's how they actually make sure that, I bought the product. So I'll end up going back to my account and adding this information in. Once I've added the information in, it'll quickly start to load up and give me a beautiful experience to build within WordPress nowadays. As you can see, we now have a completely different look and feel to the builder, because before you had those very simple blocks. Now I have things where I could add in all kinds of different blocks. So like we're talking about, first I could do layout based stuff, such as if I wanted to add a few columns right here. Say I just want, let's add a regular section, 3 columns, and then for each one of them I want call to action. Another one I want an accordion. And maybe this one we could do something cool. We'll throw in a contact form. Oop. Rolling up. Bam. Those are some of the great options you have immediately with Divi that look professional and give you a experience that is quick and simple to actually use. The other thing is that while I'm here, I could easily just go and choose to publish right from here, exit the builder, and pretty much I'm actually on my site. So right now, this is actually my home. I won't want to leave this up because I'm not Addy Hayes and I don't speak Latin. But you get the idea that you have quickly something that is beautiful and you're able to play around with it. There is so much more to Divi itself. There's so much to WordPress, such as adding on WooCommerce so that you could sell right on your website. You could scale this to an enterprise level, and you could integrate with anything. Let alone there are so many other people besides myself who are skilled in this to be able to help you with your journey, and get you where you're looking to go. I hope that really helped you to just see how cool this is. And overall, I won't even go to the new incognito mode. I'll just run a analyzation on this page real quick, and we'll see how it came through. But we can see from the top bar, there's stuff to change here. But right off the bat, we still have perfect performance and best practices. Our accessibility is lower, and that's going to be based on purely that you have certain things where it's harder to see certain colors, and maybe you need to add certain little pieces of code to certain places. So alrighty, we're back after getting the Lighthouse report from this quickly built website. And so we could see right off the bat that we have pretty much perfect performance. The accessibility was dropped down, and these are things that can be quickly fixed, and really you'll just have to follow some of the stuff that is spoken of in Google. So they give you great resources there, but if you need help, there's an awesome community out there, as well as other developers who can help you. Best practices, we're hitting a perfect score. And SEO, the only reason we're down on SEO is yet again is that one, there's links in here that are fake, and then also we haven't added any descriptions to the page. Nothing's 100% relevant, but we're still pretty high on these scores. So getting to a perfect score is not hard, and that'll put you right to the top. And so now, soon enough, once Google starts to rank and see my site, which will take a few days, but in a few days, I'll actually be able to start seeing my name showing up as one of the top Google results, because I've taken that domain and it'll end up being one of the most relevant pieces of information on Google. So then not only will I find, I'll be able to find myself through LinkedIn, on Google, and anywhere else that I present myself, like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of stuff, that then would make my presence #1 on the web versus others. So I hope this really helped you to gain the sight of that WordPress is not something far out there. There is more set up to begin with, but the power of it is vast, and it's something that, and all in all, this website. So let's put together that it is $7 a month right now to host the site, and then it's $20 a year for me to actually own the domain. So all in all, what are we looking at? That right there, 20 divided by 12 plus $7 a month is $8.70 per month. Throw in an email for $6 a month plus all the beautiful things of Google Suite in a very professional manner, and now you have a $15 a month in perfect presence on the web. So couple that with a few other tools like your socials, and you're going to be a powerhouse out there. So yet again, hope this helped. If you need help, definitely reach out. In the description, all my socials will be linked, whether Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of them great ways, whatever is your preference to reach out. YouTube, feel free to leave a comment below. What did I miss? How could I improve? What's the next best step that could help you out or others? Leave me a comment, and hope you have a great day.